From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Friday morning. We still have alert days galore in front of us as well. Today's going to be the last day of the heat wave, still up around 100 degrees for today. Bad air quality, downwind of the fires, although there's some suggestion that there could be a little bit of clearing of the smoke over the next 48 hours. But unfortunately, that progress could get wiped out as we could see more fires popping up across the map. Air quality technically good right now for the Tri-Cities going up into the Yakima and the Kittitas Valley, but it's still pretty lousy for Walla Walla and Umatilla counties. It's just straight up unhealthy right now for the city of Walla Walla. Okay, the wind gusts have calmed down a little bit for the Kittitas Valley, but they're going to pick up across the map a little bit later in the day, which is why we're concerned about fires starting or spreading quickly. It is already quite warm this morning in the Tri-Cities, 70 degrees there, a little bit cooler in the Yakima Valley. So we're at 57 in Yakima. But for the Tri-Cities, ending up back around 100 degrees again, thus the alert day in addition to the smoke and the fire concerns. We'll talk about those. We'll have an update on the Locust Grove fire burning to the south of Kennewick coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, the Richland City Council hears community concerns about data centers. Why the city says a moratorium is not possible. Plus, homes threatened, damaged, and saved, where state resources and aerial support are being deployed in the region. Plus, a Pasco man is missing after being swept under by a river current. His family's plea to bring him home.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning. It's Friday, and we thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis. Getting straight into our fire watch this morning, we're going to take it back on over to Josh with the latest on this fire that we just saw spark up last night. Josh, what can you tell us? Yeah, thanks, Zoe. This is the Locust Grove fire that started late last night south of Kennewick. This is technically not a Kennewick address, but it's the area east of Locust Grove Road and east Washington State Route 397. Again, south of Kennewick, 750 acres per the latest update. And per the latest update from Benton County Fire District Number 1, this fire is now under control, which is very good news, obviously, but we still do have some level 1 be ready and level 2 be set evacuations in place. Now, if you left last night, especially for the community of Inspiration Heights, you're allowed to go back, but just know that if this fire flares up again, you need to be packed, you need to be ready to leave once again. That's the Benton County fire. Now we'll jump up to Grant County. This was the very dramatic fire from yesterday morning, the railroad fire, and we still have active hotspots all over the place in both Beverly and Schwana. This is now 1,400 acres, no containment, and still level 3 go now evacuations in place for Beverly and Schwana. The level 1 precautionary evacuations going all the way down to Mattawa. So here's the official text from the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Level 3 go now evacuation still in place for all of Beverly and Schwana and the Lower Crab Creek area about 5 miles from Washington 243, and then the precautionary level 1 be ready evacuations in place for Washington Highway 243 from Morrison Street to Road 24 Southwest. That's the Grant County fire. Now we hop over to Umatilla County where we have multiple fires in play. Now the Horse Ridge fire and the Paradise fire, no evacuations with those. So for now, we're going to put all of our focus into the Hagen fire, which exploded in growth yesterday. It grew by about 5,000 acres. It's now close to 13,000 acres in total. And you see active hotspots all over the place with this fire. So we had expanded evacuations once again. This takes up a pretty considerable chunk of real estate in Umatilla County, and now this is spilling over into Union County. So the level 3 go now evacuations in place for Bingham Springs and Gibbon, but these level 2s have been expanded all the way up to Tollgate, including Oregon Highway 204. That's where you got to be packed. You got to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. You can get emergency alerts for Oregon counties by going to oralert.gov. For Washington counties, mil.wa.gov/alerts. Pound local could save your life over these coming days. And with more information on all these fires, let's send it back to Zoe. All right, thank you, Josh. Going back to the Locust Grove fire that was threatening homes south of Kennewick, but this vegetation fire is now under control. It broke out in the area of East Locust Grove Road and East State Route 397 last night, shortly after 9 o'clock. You can see on your screen there where officials say state fire mobilization was authorized, and right now the cause still remains under investigation. Turning to the railroad fire in Grant County, where officials are now saying 7 residences have been damaged. This fire broke out Wednesday at 11 p.m. in the 1700 block of Road T8 Southwest in Beverly. State fire mobilization was approved Wednesday and aerial support was requested by Thursday morning. Officials say structures near hotspots will be the focus, along with the safety of residents and crew. There is a flight restriction in place as officials are sending a reminder to not fly drones in the area. An evacuation shelter continues to be available at Wahluke High School in Mattawa. Also, officials say that the Paradise Fire is requiring additional equipment and crew members. This blaze is impacting Paradise Creek and the Mill Creek watershed, reaching Wallowa, Columbia, Walla Walla, and Umatilla counties. Officials say that the location of this fire requires special attention in the city of Walla Walla to protect the watershed. They also add that the fire presents a threat to high-value resources. As for the Horse Ridge fire, officials are once again saying it has grown only slightly. Ground crews were able to hold the fire in the area of FS Road 050 with helicopter support. Now to the Hagen fire in Umatilla County, which is continuing to grow, reaching Bingham Road in Tollgate. The fire burned across Ryan Creek and moved east through the 32 road before continuing into the North Fork Umatilla Wilderness. Emergency shelter is available at Sunridge Middle School, which is located at 700 Southwest Runyon Avenue in Pendleton. A joint emergency operations center, including Umatilla County Sheriff's Office, Union County Sheriff's Office, and the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, remain actively engaged with the Northwest Incident Management Team 7. Into Franklin County here, the search continues for a missing fisherman from Pasco who is waiting in the water. This is 29-year-old Omar Espinoza Acosta, who was on a fishing trip with 2 friends Wednesday afternoon when a current took him under. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office was called out to the area on Ringgold River Road, southeast of Savage Island. The man is Hispanic, 5'2" with red hair, and the family says they need more help because the water is moving too fast. Now to an update on a hot topic in the city of Richland as the council brought data centers up for discussion. The city manager has a statement on the city's stance on data centers so far. He says in part, the city council and staff hear the community's concerns regarding electricity demand, water use, noise, and heat generation, along with utility rates and the broader impact that large data centers may have on the community. And he adds that they are legitimate concerns the city is working on addressing. This is where the city stands in terms of any data center proposal right now.
The council has authorized an option agreement for approximately 273 acres in the Northwest Advanced Clean Energy Park. This has been alluded to earlier today and mentioned. This option identifies the anticipated use for data center facilities, but it is not a land sale, construction permit, or final project approval. It simply allows Atlas Agro a limited period to evaluate the property and decide whether to pursue a purchase.
He went on to say any purchase would require a separate purchase and sale agreement, which would need to be brought forward and approved by the city council. Because an option agreement is in effect, imposing a moratorium is not possible, but that does not mean the city intends to proceed without any safeguards. The Water Follies festivities are here with races, the air show, and lots more fun kicking off this morning. On Thursday, organizers and volunteers were finishing setting up in Columbia Park with deliveries and crews getting their boat races ready in the pits. Food trucks and tents were stocking up on treats from ice cream and funnel cakes to loaded tater tots and bacon-wrapped hot dogs. And this year's Water Follies will also have some new fun for the children with a brand new kids zone on the Pasco side, bringing sports, face painting, and bouncy houses. Lots of fun coming up this weekend. And when we return here, your tax dollars and military decisions, the Senate's vote on whether to limit President Trump's power to wage war in Iran. And your time right now is 6:09. Taking a live look out into Pasco this morning, you can see it's getting sunny. It's going to be another hot day on this Friday. Stay with us. When we return, everything you need to know to prepare for your day.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Listen to the heartbeat of America.
Whatever your day calls for, there's a Chevy to take it on. Trucks strong enough to handle the job. SUVs to bring out your best and bring everyone along. And value where it counts.
Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models with no monthly payments for 90 days. See your community Chevy dealers.
For just $69, get a water heater flush and a whole home plumbing inspection from Campbell & Company. Regular maintenance helps prevent costly repairs and keeps your plumbing in top shape. Visit trustcampbell.com to schedule your service today. Protect your home and save.
Even if you have moderate to severe eczema, you can feel the rhythm, feel the flow, and Dupixent helps you feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Some adults saw fast itch relief after the first dose and long-lasting clear skin at 1 year. Many even saw 90% clear skin. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Stay ahead of eczema and help heal your skin from within. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent today.
It's an emergency inventory liquidation sale this week at all Walker's Furniture locations. Save up to 70% off all floor models, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
Plus, with special 5-year financing, save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. One final day of an alert day, at least for the heat, as we have one final day of this heat wave, although we are past the peak of it at this point. So we're going to be around 90 by lunchtime in the Yakima Valley, and then mid to upper 90s for the hottest part of the day. We're looking at 100 for the Tri-Cities, 98 for Yakima, 93 for Ellensburg, mid to upper 90s for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. So it'll be a good deal cooler, about 10 degrees cooler as we head into Saturday, and we'll keep temperatures in the upper 80s through Tuesday, and then back up into the 90s by next Wednesday and Thursday. This is pretty normal stuff, all things considered. Okay, but, you know, heat can be, well, heat is statistically, unfortunately, it is the deadliest weather phenomenon in the United States. So even on days where there's not an alert day for the heat, you still need to be vigilant. So here's how to prep for heat, especially extreme heat on a day like today. Plan your cooling options. Make sure that your AC is working. Stock hydration supplies and no heat risk, especially the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. There are different symptoms. There are different calls to action. We have that information posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. I'll talk about that more extensively coming up in the next half hour. But we have other risk when it comes to smoke and also when it comes to the potential of more fires popping up across the map. We'll talk about those coming up in a few minutes.
Just hours after the House voted to limit President Trump's war powers in Iran on Thursday, the Senate rejected a similar measure of its own. In a 47-4 and 49 against vote, the upper chamber's first direct vote on the issue since the end of the ceasefire failed. This was the 12th Senate vote on Iran war powers. In June, the Senate adopted a resolution aimed at removing military forces from Iran, but failed to advance a similar war powers measure the following day. All right, when we return here, switching gears with elevated fire concerns heading into this weekend. The alert days are not over, everyone. We're taking a live look out into Pasco right now. It's looking like clear skies so far, but stay with us. Everything you need to know to stay safe out there when we return.
Type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well.
Jardiance. It's the little pill with a big story to tell.
As time went on, it was easy to see.
I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell. The little pill with a big story to tell.
Amanda McKinney is the conservative fighter Central Washington needs. She led the fight to protect Central Washington's water supply, standing up to the bureaucrats threatening farmers and businesses. And when it comes to protecting taxpayers, Amanda McKinney is as tough as they come. She uncovered millions in government fraud, and in Congress, she'll do the same. August 4th, vote Trump-endorsed Amanda McKinney. American Mission is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Stacey Lee started her broadcast career in Tri-Cities Radio in 1995 and moved to television weather 6 years ago. She enjoys the outdoors and bringing accurate forecasts home to you. First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee. Only one station. Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. The app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Only one station is on your side. Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Still going to be smoky over the next couple days at least. So we'll put this into motion with future casts of upper level smoke. Now the surface smoke not going to be as bad, but the upper level smoke, you see this plume is going to surge back in from the south, and it looks like the axis of the thickest smoke of this plume going to be right over the Tri-Cities and Hermiston a little bit later in the day. Now, as we head into tomorrow, it looks like those upper level winds could throw a bone to the Kittitas and the Yakima valleys, but it still looks as if that plume from southern and central Oregon is going to find its way back into our neck of the woods as we head into tomorrow. So that's why we continue to go with the alert day, as those complexes and fires down in Oregon really cooking right now. Here's what to do during poor air quality. Stay indoors, wear protective masks, use clean air, watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. And you can find this list posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. And unfortunately, I do think that smoke map could look a little bit more smoky over the coming days, just because I do think we could see additional fires popping up around here over the next few days as the vegetation is extremely dry. Pretty much our vegetation dryness scale being maxed out, as it's been a long time since we've had a good soaking rainfall out there. So then you factor in the wind gusts for today. It's going to be gusty across the map. You factor in the wind gusts for Saturday. It's going to be, especially this could be the windiest day we've had in quite some time. Gusts across the map between 20 to 40 miles per hour. And then into Sunday, still fairly gusty out there, so fires could start or spread quickly. Of course, you can see hour-by-hour wind gusts for your exact home address location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. And just for good measure, it looks like next Tuesday we could also see a similar setup in which the vegetation will be extremely dry and the winds will be gusty. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. One more day of triple-digit heat for today. Dangerous fire weather lasting through Sunday. Then for Yakima, a good deal cooler by tomorrow, but a stretch of gusty weather through Tuesday. For Ellensburg, winds continuing to do their thing with the windiest day being Saturday. And then for Hermiston, hazy to smoky skies over the next 48 hours at least. Thankfully cooler for the weekend. Finally for Walla Walla, one more day of oppressive heat, but smoke and fire concerns staying put.
Oh, I am just happy to not see any triple digits other than today, of course, but for the next 7 days, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, of the 3 alert days, we cross off one.
That's okay.
Hopefully one day we can cross off the other 2.
We can just keep going, crossing one off at a time,
yes.
Right? All right. Well, when we come back here, 3 major entertainment moves happening now, and one involves the end of an era. Stay with us. We'll be right back with your entertainment headlines.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built with grit, guts, and traction to back it up. That's the power of a Nissan. Now's the time to drive. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get 0% APR for 60 months or get up to $5,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And right now, keep the phone you love, and we'll pay it off up to $800 when you switch.
Better service, better price, win-win.
I know you all have a few concerns.
My internet is too fast.
That's good.
Why aren't they forcing me to sign a contract? Is it me?
Yeah, and I'm saving too much money by switching.
My install was too quick and painless.
Now my connection is the most stable thing in my life.
What's Simply's endgame here?
I'm sure there's an explanation.
I feel like my world is crumbling.
Calm down. Folks, who threw that? Did that have sprinkles?
Ziply Fiber, as low as $35 per month with no strings attached.
It's an emergency inventory liquidation sale this week at all Walker's Furniture locations. Save up to 70% off all floor models, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
Plus, with special 5-year financing, save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's.
Ready, set, summer with the Honda Summer Event. With impressive fuel efficiency, sleek exterior styling, and sport-tuned suspension, Honda has all you need to get summer ready as the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Right now, you can get a 3.99% APR on a 2027 HR-V.
July is Ultraviolet Safety Month. Protect your skin from harmful UV rays by wearing sun protective clothing along with sunscreen. There's more information at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Welcome back for your entertainment news this morning. An award-winning streaming series is coming to an end.
Yeah, so David Daniel has that and a lot more in today's Hollywood Minute.
It sounds like the drama at the network is juicier than the drama on the network.
Fans of The Morning Show will get one more round of juicy drama. Apple TV has announced the 5th and final season of the show, starring Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, will debut in 2027.
Eurydice was a hungry young girl.
Your ticket.
And Hades gave her a choice to make.
Hadestown has gone from Tony-winning stage smash to a movie version in theaters for 5 nights only. But Broadway's original Hades, Patrick Page, says he has another medium in mind for the story.
I always thought from the beginning that it cried out for some kind of animated treatment, and I still do. I still think it would be an extraordinary piece for an animator.
There's definitely some things in the movie that were true, but then we take it in a whole different direction.
Weird Al Yankovic's career has gone a lot of directions, but one way the Grammy-winning parody master decided not to go was Saudi Arabia. Yankovic tells Pittsburgh's Trib Live he was offered 7 figures for a show at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, but, quote, "I don't need to take any amount of money if it makes me feel icky," and that kind of did. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
What were we saying last hour? When we think of Weird Al, we think of
our digital content manager, Robert D. Saulniers.
Shout out.
He's a very quotable guy, but one of the things he says is waka waka doodle yeah, and that's a Weird Al thing. So
yeah, so shout out Robert.
Shout out Robert.
There you go. All right, we'll still ahead here. This morning when we return, a routine traffic stop turned dangerous on State Route 240. Washington State Patrol is sending a critical message to drivers. And original paintings, ceramics, and handcrafted pieces you won't find anywhere else. The event attracting visitors from all across Washington and beyond to discover what's waiting when we return.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
At Fred's Appliance, we've been locally owned and family operated since 1962. Founded by a veteran and built on service. Swing in today to find all brands and all styles on sale. From the durability of Frigidaire to the innovative technology of GE, find your next refrigerator at Fred's. Shop the largest supply of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region, only at your local Fred's Appliance.
Get this exceptional offer on select 2026 Cadillac CT5 models. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
I've been baking my entire life, so I love being in the kitchen. And I'm constantly furrowing my brows. So when some of my friends mentioned they got treated with Botox Cosmetic and were happy with the results, I booked my first consultation. Botox Cosmetic, it's been FDA approved for over 20 years. And it's the most studied product of its kind. I'm happy with my results. They're very natural looking.
Botox Cosmetic effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, or swelling. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
I'm the one and only Taylor, and I got treated with the one and only Botox Cosmetic.
Find a licensed Botox Cosmetic specialist at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Where you been, Hank?
Little field research. Check this out.
Looks like America is loving Ford quality.
Yeah, and J.D. Power backs it up.
Great deals.
Crazy good capability.
America, this is what summer's all about.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning, and we're happy you're here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Salas, and we're going to turn things on over to Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert with more important information we need to know this Friday with our weather. Josh, what do you got?
Yeah, multiple alert days in front of us, but I think this one's about to drop off the board. It's the last day of the heat wave, but we still got some smoke to deal with. We still got some fire concerns to deal with as well. Air quality looking bad. It's just straight up unhealthy right now for Walla Walla. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups in Pendleton, but it's technically good right now for the Tri-Cities and then going up into the Yakima Valley, the Kittitas Valley as well. Okay, the wind gusts out there pretty light for now. They're going to pick back up a little bit later in the day. Of course, the temperature is going to pick back up as well, but already we're at 70 degrees for the Tri-Cities, 57 degrees in Yakima. Speaking of Yakima, 57 now, 97 a little bit later in the day. Technically, I'm going with a high of 98 for Yakima. 100 degrees for the Tri-Cities, but the alert day is in place because of the air quality, the heat, and the fire concerns. Speaking of, we had that big fire that popped up late last night south of Kennewick. This technically isn't a Kennewick address, but this is the area east of Locust Grove Road and east Washington State Route 397. Again, to the south of Kennewick, 750 acres. No official word on containment, but per Benton County Fire District 1, this fire is now under control, so we would have to guess containment is a lot closer to 100% than 0%. That being said, still some evacuations in place. Level 1, be ready evacuations in place, and then level 2, be set evacuations in place. And for this specific neighborhood, this would be for the neighborhood of Inspiration Heights. That's where you had to leave last night. You're allowed to return back to this community, but just know if this situation flares up again, you got to be packed, got to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. That's the Benton County fire. Now let's go up to Grant County. This was the dramatic fire, the railroad fire from yesterday morning that sparked up, causing evacuations for Beverly and Schwana. It's 1,400 acres, still active hotspots all over the place with this one. And there are still level 3 go now evacuations in place for Beverly and Schwana. Level 1 be ready evacuations extending all the way down to Mattawa. And so the official text from the Grant County Sheriff's Office is as follows. Level 3 go now evacuations for all of Beverly and Schwana and the Lower Crab Creek area, about 5 miles from Washington 243. And the level 1 be ready evacuation would be for Washington 243 from Morrison Street all the way down to Road 24 Southwest. That's Grant County. Now we'll jump all the way over to Umatilla County, where we got the 3 large fires burning. The Horse Ridge and the Paradise Fire are both certainly very active. Not much containment on either of those, but we have evacuations in place for the Hagen Fire. No evacuations for Paradise or Horse Ridge. But for the Hagen Fire, this fire grew by about 5,000 acres yesterday, so we're now up around 13,000. No word on containment, and I have a feeling it's going to be a while until we get any containment on this thing, as there are active hotspots all over the place with this one. And we have expansive evacuations that have now spilled over into Union County in addition to Umatilla County. So the level 3 go now evacuations in place for Gibbon and Bingham Springs. Outside of that, the level 2 be set, extending all the way up to Tollgate, Spout Springs, and Oregon Highway 204. You can find all the zones impacted by that posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com, because again, Umatilla County and Union County use the zone system. But to sign up for emergency alerts for Oregon County's ORAlert.gov, for Washington County's MIL.wa.gov/alerts, pound local. We'll have more to say about these fires coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into Kennewick right here, State Patrol is reminding drivers to pay attention after a driver crashed into a police vehicle that was stopped while it was investigating another crash. Wednesday at about 11:30 a.m., troopers responded to a reported crash on State Route 240 in Kennewick. WSP says as they investigated the crash, another driver approaching the scene crashed into 2 vehicles, including one of the patrol cars. The vehicles involved suffered significant damage, but only minor injuries were reported. State Patrol says the crash could have been much worse and is telling the public to slow down and move over if they see emergency lights on the road. No word yet on what charges the driver who hit the police vehicle will face. In Pasco, the city has just approved a new research partnership with WSU on police-worn body cameras.
There are some concerns from some residents about confidentiality. So has there been any issues with body-worn camera footage and privacy with different folks?
The agreement clearly covers that, and we haven't had any problems at all with the students or the professors at WSU.
This week, Council unanimously approved the agreement, and it will allow Washington State University researchers to study privacy-protected body-worn camera footage from the Pasco Police Department. The city says this partnership will help advance law enforcement research using real-world information and support improvements in policing and public safety. Going into Franklin County now, the city of Connell says a planned rail interchange project could help improve safety in the community. This project would move train car switching operations from Main Street to a new track south of the city near the former Lamb Weston site. Mayor Shelley Harper says rail cars are currently switched in Connell before continuing to Worden, Othello, and Moses Lake. She says moving those operations out of downtown would help address safety concerns at the rail crossings. Now over into Yakima City and County, leaders are continuing to discuss how to address homelessness across the community. Yakima County Commissioner Kyle Curtis met with council members to discuss the county's 5-year homeless housing plan and funding for homeless services. Several council members raised concerns about reduced funding for Camp Hope, saying they worry that the shelter could see a reduction in capacity without a clear transition plan. Curtis said the county's plan calls for expanding shelter options across Yakima County while also investing in long-term solutions. Into community events happening this weekend, with more than 300 vendors have set up at Howard Amon Park for the annual Art in the Park Festival happening today and Saturday. The 2-day event features original artwork, including paintings, ceramics, and handcrafted pieces, literally anything you could name, plus live music and food. Vendors say the festival draws visitors from across Washington and beyond, making it a chance to connect with the community and showcase their work. The festival runs from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days, and as always, admission is free. And something never before attempted by the Red Bull Air Force is also happening this weekend, with the event daring a stunt over the Columbia River when we return. Taking a live look out into Pasco, your time right now is 6:36 this morning on this Friday. It is still an alert day, and there's a lot to know and how to stay safe out there this weekend when we return after this.
Bottom of the 9th. This is the dream.
What a shot!
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
It's an emergency inventory liquidation sale this week at all Walker's Furniture locations. Save up to 70% off all floor models, discontinued styles, and clearance items.
Plus, with special 5-year financing, save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's.
The little pill with a big story to tell.
Jardiance plays a role in my story, too. I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well with Jardiance, a once-daily pill that helps lower my A1C. It works 24/7 in the body to flush out some sugar.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death, too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is a little pill with a big story to tell. And if you ask me, it's pretty swell.
Action!
This July, the $170,000 Summer of Fun and Games deals up Lucky Pick 3 at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. 3 cards, 3 cash prizes, 1 lucky summer game. Reveal each cash prize and your total winnings. With more than $10,000 in cash and prizes every weekend, your 3 lucky picks could lead to 1 exciting payday. Pick it, flip it, win it. And get ready, the Cash Cube is coming in August. More fun, more games, more ways to win at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
Bottom of the 9th. This is the dream.
What a shot.
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. Fund a life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Austin Reed is a television news leader with a passion for unique stories that have affected positive change for more than 20 years.
Get the best local news coverage every day, right here.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Warm months bring dangerous storms, many with lightning.
With advanced forecasting technology, trust the First Alert Weather Team to keep you ahead of the storm and help keep your family safe.
First Alert Weather.
Only one station.
Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have one more day of this heat wave where lower elevations are going to be around 100 degrees. So here's your day planner forecast for this Friday for the Tri-Cities. It's going to be around 90 by lunchtime. Pretty close to 100 degrees for the hottest part of the day. I think I forgot to put the high temperature map in there, so I'm going to saunter over to the Weather Center while I do that. But just know that we're going to be a good deal cooler for Saturday and beyond. Pretty normal high temperatures, though, for this time of the year. I'm just filibustering until right here. Boom. The high temperatures for today, 100 for the Tri-Cities, 98 for Yakima, 99 for Walla Walla. So you get the gist. It's going to be hot out there, and we still, even though we're not going to be in alert days due to the heat after this, it's still going to be pretty warm out there, and heat, unfortunately, is the deadliest weather phenomenon in the United States. So it's very important to know the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. All week I've been highlighting these 2 points right here: the sweating with exhaustion, excessive sweating; with heat stroke, no sweating. With heat exhaustion, your skin will feel cool, pale, and clammy, but with heat stroke, it's going to be red hot and dry. The call to action is different for both. With heat exhaustion, obviously you want to get yourself or the afflicted person into a cooler place, sip on water, be in the AC. But with heat stroke, got to call 911 ASAP. It's too late to give anything to drink. So that list posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. That's just one risk we have for today. Also dealing with bad air quality. More fires could pop up across the map. Talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into Pasco here as the Water Follies Air Show held their media day at Bergstrom Aircraft on Thursday, showing off planes that will fly this weekend. Preparing for the full weekend of flying at the Water Follies, pilots displayed their aircrafts and spoke to the media. Both returning and brand new acts will be featured in this year's show. And the Red Bull Air Force will be attempting a first ever trick where they take a jet ski rider up into the sky via a bungee cord. The air show takes place over the Columbia River today, Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Lots of fun things coming up this weekend, and still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest when we return everything you should know in your morning sprint so you feel prepared this Friday, as well as your full weather forecast, everything you need to know in your area, what you can look forward to, and what you need to look out for these alert days ahead when we return.
The temperature's hot, and so are the deals during the July celebration. Now at Overturf Kia in Pasco, a great selection of hybrid vehicles, including Sportage, Sorento, as well as Telluride, are in stock and ready for summer adventures. Test drive a 2026 Kia Sorento EX Hybrid with advanced safety features with an EPA combined fuel economy rating of 34 mpg. Priced at just $38,733. Overturf Kia, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shot's Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary seafood buffet every Thursday, including our amazing salad bar. All you can eat for only $49. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces. Big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers. Try the Mount Adams or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. And after that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Our valley is resilient because people care about each other.
The Yakima Valley Community Foundation exists to make giving smarter, easier, and impact greater for everyone who calls this community home. We bring together donors, nonprofits, and neighbors with the goal that every corner of the Yakima Valley has the resources needed to thrive.
We wanted our giving to stay local because we can see the difference that it makes. This valley has always depended on the resilience and the gifts of the people around it. We're kind of an isolated area in eastern Washington. The people that are here need to be taking care of each other and cooperating and giving back. And that's what I appreciate about the Yakima Valley Community Foundation. It's a place that helps inspire people to take care of this valley, of the people in it, and that's why I support it.
Together, we can make our valley thrive.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Still dealing with smoke over these next couple days at least. Now, the surface smoke isn't going to be as bad, but I think the upper level smoke will be as bad. So there's this plume that's going to surge in from the south a little bit later today, and some of the thickest smoke is going to unfortunately fall right on top of the Tri-Cities. And this is coming from all of the big fires that are burning down in southern and central Oregon. And then as we head into tomorrow, the upper level wind shifting a little bit, looks like the skies are going to be as clear as they've been in quite some time for the Cascades and for the valleys. But for those of us in the basin and to the east of there, I still think those skies are going to end up being pretty milky to hazy. So that's why we continue to go with the alert day for air quality. But I think that map could change as well because, well, we could see more fires sparking up over the next few days. That's why we're going with another set of alert days, as the vegetation is going to be extremely dry out there. So about 90% of our viewing area is maxed out on our vegetation dryness scale. It's been quite some time since we've had a real tangible rainfall. And then you factor in the wind gusts. It's going to be gusty for today. It's definitely going to be gusty for tomorrow. Those gusts across the map anywhere between 20 to 40 miles per hour. And then by Sunday, still fairly gusty out there, so fires could start or spread quickly in this environment. Here's how to prevent wildfires. We've seen several human-caused fires over the last few days. Do not burn yard waste, toss cigarettes, or drag trailer chains, park on dry grass. Do I even have to say anything about this last point? And then we could see a similar combination of ingredients by next Tuesday. Alert day is possible for now, but just know we're keeping a close eye on next week as well. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. One more day of triple-digit heat for today. Dangerous fire weather lasting through Sunday. For Yakima, a good deal cooler by tomorrow, but a stretch of gusty weather through Tuesday. And then for Ellensburg, winds continuing to do their thing, with the windiest day being Saturday. And then for Hermiston, hazy to smoky skies over the next 48 hours at least. Thankfully cooler for the weekend. finally for Walla Walla. One more day of oppressive heat, but smoke and fire concerns staying put. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the NFL Flag Championships are here.
It's there. Touchdown!
We're at Graham Park in Indiana, where more than 350 flag football teams are getting ready to play at the same facility where the Indianapolis Colts train.
It's so exciting that we're able to come out here and play against these huge teams that are from bigger towns, bigger cities.
With more than 4 million youth players in the U.S., flag football is soaring in popularity, especially among girls. And this morning, we're introducing you to some of the incredible young athletes from across the country taking the field.
I love that like a whole bunch of girls younger than me get to be able to come into a high school and be able to play like I wanted to.
Come back!
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more live from the NFL Flag Championships. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, Indianapolis.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Now, the morning sprint.
Welcome back. 25 states, including Washington and D.C., have sued the Trump administration, accusing FEMA and DHS of withholding disaster relief and counterterrorism funding unless they adopt election changes. This lawsuit alleges that the administration is using federal money as leverage to force states to comply with its election agenda. States that don't fully adopt the changes stand to lose 20% of the funding that helps them prepare for terror attacks, cybersecurity threats, and major disasters. Also, new information is out about what's believed to be the first ransom note in the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. Crime journalist Brianna Whitney read the letter on the Crime Junkie podcast, where it warned Today Show host Savannah Guthrie that her mother's life was in her hands. The note demanded millions in Bitcoin within a 7-day deadline and warned the family not to play games. It also cited specific details about Nancy Guthrie's Arizona home. Into business news this morning, President Trump is moving forward with a new round of tariffs on foreign goods. Starting today, the Trump administration will implement a 10 to 12.5% tariff on items shipped to the United States from dozens of countries. The measure will take effect as a previous 10% near-blanket tariff is set to expire. Senior White House officials say that the president remains committed to his trade agenda even after the Supreme Court rejected his tariffs earlier this year.
All right, in your fire watch for this morning, we had a big-time fire pop up late last night, south of Kennewick for the area east of Locust Grove Road and the east side of Washington State Route 397, again, south of Kennewick, 750 acres. And it sounds like from Benton County Fire District 1, this is a fire that is now under control. Some very good news there. But that being said, there's still some evacuations in place. Level 1 be ready evacuations, level 2 be set evacuations. These, level 2 be set, would be for the neighborhood of Inspiration Heights. That's where you had to leave last night. You're allowed to return back to those premises this morning, but just know you need to be packed and ready to leave again if this situation and if this fire flare up. That's the Benton County fire. Now we bounce over to Grant County. This was the very dramatic fire that started early yesterday morning. The railroad fire, still several active hotspots all throughout the townships of Beverly and Schwana. This fire is now 1,400 acres. No containment There are level 3 go now evacuations still in place for Beverly and Shawano, and level 1 be ready evacuations expanding all the way down to Mattawa. Here's the official text from the Grant County Sheriff's Office. For the level 3 go now evacuations, it would be for all of Beverly and Shawano and the lower Crab Creek area, about 5 miles from Washington State Route 243. Then level 1 be ready precautionary evacuation that went down to Mattawa. That would be for Washington 243 from Morrison Street down to Road 24 Southwest. Okay, now we go from Grant County all the way over to Umatilla County, where we have several large fires burning. Now, no evacuations with the Paradise Fire or the Horse Ridge Fire, even though these are both very active fires with very little containment. But obviously, the big boy here would be the Hagen Fire, which grew by about 5,000 acres yesterday. And now it's pretty close to 13,000 acres in total active hotspots all over this fire's perimeter. So it makes sense that we now have expansive evacuations, even spilling over into Union County at this point. So the level 3 go now evacuations would be for Bingham Springs and Gibbon, but the level 2 be set evacuations all the way up to Tollgate, Spout Springs, Oregon Highway 204. That's where you got to be packed. You got to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. You can find all those evacuation zones and so much information about all these fires posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. To sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon, go to oralert.gov, and for Washington, mil.wa.gov/alerts/local. And with more information on these fires, send it back to Zoe.
All right, thank you, Josh. Getting into our top 5 local here, officials are now saying 7 residences have been damaged due to the railroad fire in Grant County. This fire broke out Wednesday at 11 p.m. in the 1700 block of Road T8 Southwest in Beverly. State fire mobilization was approved Wednesday, with aerial support requested by Thursday morning. Officials say structures near hotspots will be the focus, along with the safety of residences and crew. An evacuation shelter continues to be available at Wahluke High School in Mattawa. Also, the search continues for a missing fisherman from Pasco who was waiting in the water. 29-year-old Omar Espinoza Acosta was on a fishing trip with 2 friends Wednesday afternoon when a current took him under. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office was called out to the area on Ringgold River Road, southeast of Savage Island, where the family says they need more help because the water is moving too fast. The man is Hispanic and 5'2" with red hair. Now to an update on a hot topic in the city of Richland as the council brought data centers up for discussion. The city manager, John Amundsen, says that the council has authorized an option agreement for approximately 273 acres in the Northwest Advanced Clean Energy Park, which allows Atlas Agro a limited period to evaluate the property and decide whether to purchase or not. Because an option agreement is in effect, imposing a moratorium is not possible, but that does not mean the city intends to proceed without safeguards. Also, State Patrol is reminding drivers to pay attention after a driver crashed into a police vehicle that was stopped while it was investigating another crash. Wednesday at about 11:30 a.m., troopers responded to a reported crash on State Route 240 in Kennewick. WSP says that they investigated the crash. Another driver approached the scene and crashed into the vehicles, including one of the patrol cars. State Patrol is telling people to slow down and move over when seeing emergency lights. Lastly, Yakima City and county leaders are continuing to discuss how to address homelessness across the community, where several council members raised concerns about reduced funding for Camp Hope, saying they worry the shelters see a reduction capacity without a clear transition plan. All right, moving into what's trending this morning. Google is jumping on the Jimothy bandwagon after the raccoon was birth defect after a week.
I think we're gonna, well, okay. There is Jimothy. You see him in all his glory right there. I think we want to move on to weather now. Just get people a very quick look at their weather as they head out the front door. Unhealthy air quality for Walla Walla, but good air quality for the Tri-Cities up into the valleys. It's warm out there. It's going to be another hot day, another alert day because of the heat. Bad air quality and more fires could spark up over the coming days.
All right, looking good. All right, well, thank you for having us here for Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on the Apple Valley News Now website.
Yes, stay tuned for Good Morning America and stay safe no matter what you're planning this weekend. See you Monday morning.